Automating GoHighLevel with Retell should not be complicated.
What?
In this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the most common APIs from HighLevel and how you can use them in Retell. I'm going to break down how to use each of these APIs individually so that you can save hours of work every single week. I'm also giving you all these templates for free. If you click that first link in the description, you're going to have templates for initiating a call, checking availability, booking into HighLevel, creating an opportunity, searching for contacts, and also adding a note to that file in GoHighLevel from the bot, so it's leaving notes for every single call without fail. Imagine going from like juggling calls, you can't even handle your outreach to follow-ups. Now it's completely automated, more consistent, and better than you could ever be. With that being said, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell because it's free and it really helps me. Let's get into it.
Yo, what's up, guys? Let's get to it. I'm going to just start with this bot. I'm going to take you through each function. Okay, these are different GoHighLevel functions. We got initiating the call from GoHighLevel. We have checking the time from GoHighLevel. We have checking availability in HighLevel, meaning in a calendar, booking into GoHighLevel, and then the end of the call report. So we're just going to go through the entire thing one by one. This bot is designed for real estate. Basically, we have a list of owners who we're trying to get to sell their home. So essentially, it's just calling those leads that are interested in possibly selling their home. So anytime we put a new lead in GoHighLevel, that's when it triggers this automation to go through. So I don't think I have a GoHighLevel contact, so let me just add that in for the sake of the test. Let's go right here. So if it doesn't go through, that's normal, because I don't exactly know how this client has it set up for themselves, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I add myself as a contact to the GoHighLevel CRM, it will attempt to call me, and we'll see if that happens right here. Okay, yeah, so it just went through HighLevel, now it's calling me. Hello?
Hi, is this Daniel?
Yes?
Hey, Daniel, my name is Drew. I'm calling.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask it to check what time it is right now, watch. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do you have a couple of minutes to chat about your property?
I do, yeah. What time is it right now?
Give me 1 minute. I'm checking the calendar. It's currently 4:14 p.m. EST. So we continue?
Okay, great. And then can you check what times are in your calendar for tomorrow? Like, is tomorrow at 3 p.m. available?
Let me check my availability for tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. 1 moment. Just checking my calendar now. 1 moment.
Okay, so you have all the times now, correct?
Yes, I have all the times now. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST is available. Would you like me to book that for you?
Tomorrow at 3, yeah, let's go ahead and book that in.
Great. I booked your appointment for tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. Someone from my team will call you at that time, and I'll also send you a text message reminder. Have a great day.
Wait, but
Bye.
really quick before you go, I just don't see that you tried to book it in the calendar. Can you try to book it in? Oh, no, wait, no, I do see it now.
Uh-huh.
It was just
Okay.
lagging on my
I'll
end.
go
Look
ahead
at
and
that. Yeah, it actually booked in. Okay, great. Well, that's it for now.
Awesome. Thanks for confirming. Have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. Bye.
All right, bye. So yeah, look at that. Every single execution went through. So this is the one right here to initiate the call. This is from HighLevel, went through. And then I mean, I'm sending it through HighLevel already, but I just have a function there in case you want to check what time it is, at any point in the call, or if the bot needs to reference what time it is, it can check the time. That was the execution right there. And then it just replied with today's date in Eastern time. So that was the exact date and time. And then for this one, we're checking availability. So from the webhook in OpenAI, it's going to format it correctly for the request in HighLevel. And then it responded with all these times because it checks from the time they want to check, meaning like, hey, let's check for tomorrow at 2 p.m. So if someone says that, it's going to check from tomorrow at 2 till 3 days after and every time in between. So that way, in case they need to reschedule or whatnot, it has that context. So checking available times, and last but not least is booking into HighLevel. So this is me. It just sent the arguments through the webhook. We're formatting it, and then in HighLevel, we're searching for the contact by their phone number, and then lastly, booking that into the actual GoHighLevel calendar. And this is the response. So if I go into HighLevel, I'm just going to click my contact. Boom, right there, 1:15 p.m., which is right now. It just booked into the calendar directly. And typically it will book as name of address, like it could be like 123 Main Street, X High Key Homes. But there's no street address in here, so I didn't know what street address to reference. There you go. Just got my text message and email notifications. And then the last thing that's technically happening right now in the background is this. It looks like we're just waiting for 4 minutes. Oh no, this is it, that we're still waiting. Right after the call ends, it's going to send an end of the call report. We're going to wait 4 minutes because typically, and I skipped this part of the prompt, but if someone is available to chat right then and there, it's going to attempt to transfer to a live sales team. So technically, the call could go to a sales team. So it will attempt to transfer. If the transfer fails, it will come back to the bot, check availability, and book a call. So as soon as that transfer is initiated in the middle of the call, it's going to send the end of the call report. And that sucks for me because what if the call's not done? What if they need to come back and actually have it booked? Well, that's why we added this wait. So in case it does come back and book, we're going to wait 4 minutes. We're going to get a list of every call made with that phone number. And then we're just going to validate them, like, get the call list, format them, and then check, did the first bot transfer or not? And then if the first bot did not transfer, it will just go through here to search for the contact, create an opportunity, and add notes to the file. So that's the full breakdown right there. I'm just going to pause it real quick until the waiting is done. Okay, so you can see right here, it waited 4 minutes, it got a call list, formatted it, and we're checking to see was the latest call this call or a different one. If it was the same call, meaning it did not transfer to someone else, it's going to search for a contact, create an opportunity inside of GoHighLevel, and then add notes to the file. Looks like it was already done. So if I go back into HighLevel, check the notes, here it is. Call summary, Daniel confirmed his appointment for tomorrow at 3 p.m. to discuss property details. The agent successfully booked an appointment and assured Daniel he would receive a text reminder. For the client, they can see the call sentiment, whether it was positive, negative, or neutral, what time and day the call happened, and then a link to the recording just in case. Then if I go click on opportunities, there I am. And I'm actually booked in to speak to someone at a specific time.
All right, so we're going to start with this first automation right here. This is initiating a call from GoHighLevel. So in your automations, when you set up a new workflow, you can click this plus action, type in webhook like this, click it, and then you'll have your webhook function. So we're going to be doing a post. Your URL is going to come from the webhook inside of N8N. So if I go to N8N and the template, once you download it, you can just click these three dots, import from file, and then import the file that I give you. These two things will pop up. You're going to have a webhook here, which you can just literally click and copy from here and then paste directly into GoHighLevel. The same thing applies to make.com. If you set up a webhook in make.com or Zapier, copy it, paste it right here. And then underneath is custom data. So you're going to just label it whatever you want to label it. And then you'll usually click this little tag button right here. So this tag button will go to the contact, and then you can map whatever needs to be mapped. So in my case, I did a 2 number, which is the contact's phone number, contact ID, and so on. Essentially what we're doing is pushing data from GoHighLevel to Retell. So if you ever want to push data like, hey, I want the bot to know this when it makes a call, this is how you could push data, right? And there's other ways to do that too. So in this case, you paste the URL as a post, send the data you want to send. Typically you want to send at least the phone number, maybe a name. I also like to do the now time and the now date, because then the bot knows exactly what time it is right then and there on every single call, especially if you're going to be booking an appointment. So, yep. Once that's saved, you can just click test workflow. So in N8N, you'll click your webhook, you'll click listen for test event. And then as it's listening, just type it in contact, run the test. It will look like this once data has been sent through. So you'll have like all the data from HighLevel and all the stuff that you want to send through. I have my data pinned for the sake of the video, so I can just always reference it. So once you have all that data in the webhook, you're going to go to the HTTP request. So again, we're going to call to Retell because we're telling Retell, hey, from GoHighLevel, make the call to Retell. So here's the API. Again, this is going to be in the template. Just download that. Authorization is bear space, whoops, and then your key. This key you're going to get from Retell. So in Retell, you'll go back and then API keys, and then you can copy your API key right here, which no problem. You'll just make sure there's one space after bear and then paste it. Boom, nothing else at the end. And then if we scroll down to the bottom, this from number is the number we're going to be making a call from. So you can get that phone number under phone numbers. I'm not going to show my phone numbers here, but under phone numbers, you can just, well, buy a phone number and then type it out here. The to number is what you've, taken from GoHighLevel. So you can just click and drag that right in between these two commas, these two double quotes rather. So just paste that right in there. And then underneath, you'll see the dynamic variables. So this is all the stuff that, again, you want the bot to know when it's making a call. In my case, I have contact address, the address of the contact, because we're calling them to see if we can purchase their whatever commercial properties or residential properties. So I want them to call and be like, hey, I was calling about your home listed at 123 Main Street. Same thing, wherever it is here on the left, you'll click and drag it in between these two double quotes and then a comma. Same thing, and then a comma, same thing, and then you add everything. And then the last one, you're going to see there is now metadata. This is the data that you want the bot to extract at the end of the call. So nothing is going to go in between because the call has not happened and it has not extracted yet, right? Because that's going to be done in the future. So this is everything we wanted to know under dynamic variables. And then this is everything we want to extract at the end. Notice how the last one does not have a comma. Make sure that the last one does not have a comma at the end. Otherwise, you'll have an issue. All right, cool. So that's really it. That is exactly how a call is initiated. Very simple. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is going to be checking the time. So in Retell, if I go back to the agent I was just showing, under functions, you can see there is a check now time function. So if you want to even make your own with a different API, you'll just click add custom function and it will look like this. In my case, I'm just checking the now time. So again, in N8N, you have a webhook. So you're going to just make sure that webhook is copied into Retell because Retell is going to send data to your webhook, right? So the web workflow can be started. So check now time, check what time it is currently, put in the URL. And then this parameters, you're like, what the hell is all this? I literally just asked ChatGPT to give me parameters. There's also examples right here. If I click on this example, it will erase what I have. I'll just do it for the sake of the video. So if I click example 2, you can see like there's an example of like, what is acceptable. You can give this to ChatGPT and just be like, hey, I want to make a JSON body parameter, to check what time of day it is right now. So this is the one ChatGPT gave me. And again, this will be in the video as well. You can just like copy it if you want, but I'm literally just asking AI. In my case, I'm going to do speak during execution. Give me 1 minute. I'm checking the calendar just in case it takes a little bit long to do this request. This one's usually pretty fast. Checking availability is going to be longer. So I'll just update for now. And that's it. So now every time the bot is asked to check the now time, it will just literally ask in Retell. Let's see if we can just do it really quick. Let's go back to the editor. Test workflow. It's waiting for the trigger event. So now I'm just going to say, hello? Hello? What the heck? It cannot hear me. Hello? Hello? All right, hello? Try it again. Hello? Yes, can you tell me what time it is? Can you tell me what time it is now? All right, and look at that. So in Retell, in N8N, you can literally see that one that just came in, and all it's doing is literally just checking what time it is. That's all it's doing. And then just sending it back to Retell So you're sending a request, getting the information, sending it back to the webhook so Retell can read what just happened. That one's pretty simple as well. So that's it. Next one is check availability. So again, webhook, there's an OpenAI module here. Convert the following date and time to a Unix timestamp, because that's what HighLevel will read it in. Output is going to be a Unix timestamp in milliseconds, adding 3 days. So someone's going to say, yeah, do you guys have tomorrow at 2 p.m. available? Then it's going to say from now until 3 days later, right? So this is going to just take the time that was requested, make it 3 days later. This GET request is from GoHighLevel. So get GoHighLevel URL. By the way, this URL includes a calendar ID. So in GoHighLevel, you can get your calendar ID under settings. Let's go to calendars, calendar settings. And my GoHighLevel is sassed out. Sometimes if yours is sassed out, you will not be able to see it there. But if you by default have the regular HighLevel, then no problem. You'll be able to see it there. So you copy that, go back to N8N, just make sure that is included there in the URL. Okay. Then for the query parameter start date, this is going to be the start date that is from the webhook that originally came from Retell. So you're going to see a place for arguments. Let me see, where is it at? What is this? Okay, here it is. So arguments. So this is what Retell is sending, right? They're sending the time that the person requested. So you would just drag this argument, right? These arguments can be dragged into the value. So when you're mapping it, just make sure you're dragging this part directly into the value. So in Retell, right, for check availability, if the user agrees to check available times to book an appointment, this URL came from the webhook from the template. So in N8N, if you click the webhook, copy that webhook in here so that you're basically sending data from Retell to N8N to complete the request. And then the parameters. So the date, the timestamp of the appointment that's available for booking in Eastern time. You're basically telling it, hey, I want to get the timestamp of the appointment that's available in Eastern time. And then, yeah, it just sent like this naturally in the format that HighLevel reads it in, which is ISO 8601, ISO 8601. It just sent it out naturally. Like, you know, when it sent the argument from Retell directly, it already sent it in this format, which is exactly how HighLevel reads it. So start date, boom. End date is from the OpenAI module. So the argument from Retell, the argument from OpenAI. Headers, authorization, bearer, and then space, this PIT token, which you're going to get from GoHighLevel. So under settings in GoHighLevel, if you go to the bottom, there is private integrations. You can click create new creation, enter a name, enter a description, and then just make sure every scope is selected because you're basically telling it, hey, give me the code with all of these functions. I recommend just doing all of them and then getting one bearer token for all. It's up to you though. Once you have them all selected, just click create. Perfect. Then you have a PIT code, right? Private integration, which can be just put right there. So authorization bearer, space, one space, PIT. Version is 2021 4.15. Don't ask me why. That's just how the API is set up. And then again, this is going to be in the free template link in the description. Here's the body. Start date. Again, just map the start date. And then end date. Just map the end date. So you can see what it looks like, right? It's sending it in a Unix format. So that's what we're telling it to do in HighLevel. Hey, or excuse me, in OpenAI, take this Unix timestamp from Retell and make it 3 days out. So we have a start time and an end time. Start to finish, what times are available. Once we get all the times that are available, it'll look like this, which will be sent back to the webhook or back to the bot directly. So let's see if we can just do this one real quick. I'm just gonna go to executions, talk to the bot. Hello? Yes, it is. Can you tell me what times are available tomorrow in the calendar? Today is March 2nd, 2025. It is 8:39 p.m. Pacific time. Please tell me what times are available tomorrow. There we go. So as you can see, this one just went through a webhook, OpenAI, sent to HighLevel to check which times are available, and then it responded to the webhook with all the available times in HighLevel over the next 3 days. So in case, the time that they chose is not available, they have every other available time over the next 3 days. So there we go. That's how we check availability. Next one we were going to do is booking directly into GoHighLevel. So this one is going to be tough to demonstrate because I'm not calling myself from GoHighLevel. You can see it was demonstrated in the test earlier, but essentially all we're doing is the same thing. So if I go to Retell, book appointment function, book an appointment in the calendar, the URL from N8N or make.com. Parameters, full name of the user. I want the name, the appointment time in this format, ISO 8601. Additional notes, phone number, email, and that's it. Those are all the things that I want for it to book a time. So there it is. And then this is like an example of a, appointment that went through. So all the data from Retell is sent to N8N, as we just saw. It's going to send in this format, right? So it says convert the following appointment to this format for Calendly API. It's not even for Calendly API. I don't know why it says that, but we're using GoHighLevel. I guess you could use it for that too. Adding 30 minutes to the requested time. So this is the arguments directly from Retell, which can be copied from the left and then dragged in there. So this is the original time. I want it just to take this time and move it 30 minutes later, right? The start time and then the end time for the appointment in HighLevel. If your appointments are 45 minutes or 60 minutes, well, you'll replace it with, instead of 30, 60 or 45, so on. So you have the original from Retell. Now you have the one from OpenAI, the end time. Your output is being used in an automation. Take the following phone number and format it. Pretty simple. I'm just formatting a phone number. This is what it's supposed to look like. And your bot will ask them to confirm their phone number so that it sends through the right way. Then once we have the phone number and the end time, we're going to search a contact. So here's the URL, authorization bearer PIT. So this PIT comes from private integrations. Remember, in GoHighLevel, under private integrations in your settings, make sure you create a private integration with every single function, and then get your access token from private integrations. Just make sure you add every function on there. And then once we have that, we are going to add that right here. So bearer space, and then boom, paste your token. Version is 2021 728. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. And then this body is going to be the same. Just make sure your location ID from HighLevel is in there. Your location ID can be found in your URL. It can also be found right here under business profile. This is your location ID. So just make sure you copy that, paste it right in there. And then this value is going to be the phone number, which is the OpenAI module, right? Because you're formatting the phone number. So that's it. You're looking at this location for one phone number because you're just searching for a contact. And then you're going to have all the contact details, all the names, numbers, emails, and the contact ID. Now that you have all that information, you're going to just make sure to put in this URL to book an appointment, authorization bearer PIT, 2021 415, and then for the body, calendar ID. Okay. In HighLevel, go to calendars, calendar settings, and then just get that ID, paste it right in there. Same thing with the location ID that we just did. Contact ID, well, you'll just drag it from the left side right in here once you do that test, right? Because you just search for the contact, now you have the contact ID right there. Start time, that's going to come from the webhook from Retell. End time, that's going to come from the first OpenAI module, right? Because it made it 30 minutes later for the end time. Title, you can name it whatever you want. I just put in the address of the person, X High Key Homes. So that way my client knows like which address they're going to be talking to this person about. But you could write anything here. You could put just the first name. You could write out something static, whatever you want for the title. Meeting location type is phone. Appointment status confirmed. User ID. In settings, users or my staff. There are the IDs right there. You can copy them directly in. So assign user ID. Address is the phone. Ignore date range until notify is false. This is going to book them directly as an appointment, which you saw earlier as well. If you guys want this template, please make sure to click that link in the description. There's a bunch of free stuff in there that you can get for these templates. All right, cool. And then last but not least, we have the end of the call. So again, I'm not going to demonstrate this one because it's going to take 4 minutes straight, but I've already demonstrated that in the demo earlier. So it's going to send a webhook. and then it's going to take the end of the call report. So if you notice in the webhook, there is an event right here. So if this event is call analyzed, right? So you can just drag in the event right here, contains analyzed. Why? Because the webhook is going to receive data for any new call, any call that ends, and then call analysis. But I don't want to get a webhook every time we start a call or end a call. I just want the end of the call report. So webhook to the end of the call report, wait 4 minutes. This is just mine. You guys don't need all this. You could just literally remove, wait 4 minutes, remove this one, remove this one, remove this one. This is just for my client. For me, it could just go directly from report saver to this next one. So at the end of the call, I'm going to get the analysis, search the contact, which is from the previous one we just did in booking an appointment. You can see how we search the contact. It's the same thing. The body is just going to be searching for a phone number of that user. And then we're going to create an opportunity. So here's the URL. Here's the version, 7/28/2021. Bear pit code. Remember, we get that from private integrations right here. Private integrations, just create a new integration. Make sure you choose all your functions. And then you'll get your token. Perfect. And then here in the body, pipeline ID. This is a little tough to find. So here's what I recommend you do. You should go to the opportunities tab. Sorry, my setup is not allowing me to see my full screen. So under opportunities, if you already have some here, just export. Because when you export these opportunities and you open them, you'll be able to see the pipeline ID that they're in. So just get the pipeline ID from the CSV file that you downloaded. You'll see it in there. So pipeline ID, location ID, again, you can get that in settings, business profile. Name, meaning name of the opportunity. I just put first name, space, last name. You can see a little space right there. First name, space, last name. Pipeline stage ID, again, you'll see that in the export. Contact ID, you can just drag in from over here. After you search the contact, you'll receive the information, which can be put right there. Again, this is all templated. You can just use my templates for free on the community link in the description. So that's it. Last one is just add notes to the file. So this is going to be the URL, and then it's going to be /contact ID. So again, you've already searched the contact in the previous version right here. So you can just basically copy this contact ID, boom, this one, paste it right in there in the URL. So this URL / paste it in /notes. Perfect. Version for the header, version 2021 7/28. Authorization is bear space pit, just as we've done in the other functions as well. Make sure to paste that. Then for the body, user ID. Again, under settings, my staff, you'll see your user ID. And then for the body of the note itself, I manually wrote in call summary space, and then I just mapped the call summary from Retell on the left in there. Call recording link, same thing. Right here. Yeah, right here. So if I go to the bottom of this, you can see actually the transcript is right there. You probably don't want to, do the transcript, but it's there. Call summaries right here, call analysis, the sentiment, right? All the main stuff that you guys want to put in there, you can. So the body, call date and time, I just put that there, and that's really it. So those are just like the most common ones that people like to use. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the videos below or drop a comment. That way I know. I have a really small community, so if you guys have any questions, please drop a comment or join the community. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell because it's free and it really helps me. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.